It is up, everyone. This is Captain Young speaking. And for today's share, I'd like to just really talk a few brief moments revolving around the idea of commandments over traditions, with chapter 15, verses 1 to 9 being where I'm pulling the theme from. Here, God is continuing to move me away from the traditional. If you recall, I've made mention a few times before about how I'm discovering, the more I partake of God's word, truly how much of my belief system was ultimately based on the notions and revelations of others that I've been taught by and heard speak from a pulpit, to catchphrases, you name it. And God is showing me that there is a clear distinction between the two, from what I'm gleaning directly from Him to what I'm going to just call secondhand notions. So the question then that arises is, what is the significance over one versus the other? Commandments or traditions? Why not both? The first time I heard God use the word commandment, or the first time He commanded in today's text, was when Peter referenced, "Lord, if that's you, command me to come out there." And He responds, "Come." So right off the bat, God is sharing with me that what He commands is, or by following His commands, it allows me the opportunity to go beyond traditional logic and walk above. For tradition says, you keep your hands and your feet, you keep yourself in the vessel, especially when it's rough outside. So the freedom that God allows through His commandments really, for me, go against the traditions that say, be safe. God also continues to further expound upon this for me, and He speaks directly about traditions, describing them to me as hindrances. The first hindrance is offense. Those that He talked about that were so full of tradition took offense to what He had to say. Two things there. The first thing I realized was everything God had to say was and is the truth. So by taking offense to the truth, that in itself tells me that the traditionals are on the wrong side of the equation. He also further talked to me in previous lessons about not taking offense for what he has come to help me to realize and understand in the problem with offenses or taking offense is that it's that foothold that the enemy needs in order to deposit bitterness and anger and those things inside, as well as pride. To me, pride is the leaven, personally, because, leaven is like yeast. It rises. And for me, that is the mind state of pride. When I find myself in that position, I'm, leveling up, boosting up myself, raising myself up. And when I'm in those compromising positions of being so high, it's easy for me to be chopped down, and I'm not really thinking too clearly because my head is in the clouds. Traditions, he also shows, are usually what the majority is saying. I took, again, a difference when he asked the disciples, what do people say about me? What is being said about me? But then he went further and said, well, what do you have to say about me? And what he showed me in that, and through that, what I gleaned is the fact that the only way for me to really have something personal to say is only through getting word directly from the source. So when he says to Peter, flesh and blood, this is not just something that was told to you that you just said, but this comes directly from heaven. Heaven is opened up to you and you got the word directly. Direct command. So, putting this all together, I reiterate the question. Is there a significance between commandments and traditions? And why not both? God tells me the answer is simple. I can't experience both the freedom that comes with His living word while trying to hold on to the hindrances of man-made traditions. For either I will listen to His voice and walk above the surface, or I'll settle for the payments that come with traditions which come from the mouth of things under the surface. Caption this. Are you willing to brave the wind and waves just to be and walk with the one who God raised?